All right, guys, welcome back into Indiebnb. Today, I am joined by Tyke James of the Moss. Tyke, how are things out in California?
Things are good. I'm actually in Hawaii. I mean, not in Hawaii. I'm in Utah. I live in Utah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Well, still, we always, us East Coasters are always having that East Coast bias. We all think everybody lives in California from the West Coast. So my apologies, brother.
No worries. Totally get it.
So you're getting some good snow in then, probably right now. You guys a little cold?
Dude, I've been extra cold this winter, but the snow has been absolutely insane. It's just been snowing nonstop. It's crazy.
Cool. Well, do you participate in any of these winter sports? We get into a little snowboarding, skiing. We go snowshoeing. Any of those things?
I like some winter hikes, but mainly snowboarding is what I like to do in the winter. I feel lucky to be able to go up and snowboard, especially in Utah. I feel like it's just such a great place to do it.
Gotcha. Well, cool, man. We're super excited about learning about the Moss today and just getting into the origin story. So, I mean, we always like to start sometimes with the name. I mean, what's in the name? What drove you to want to talk about the Moss and be the Moss?
Yeah, I've always loved plants, and moss is something in particular that kind of just prevails wherever it is. Like it just finds a way to grow in like unlikely circumstances, and it's also just really important to the nervous system of the planet. But like I also feel like no one really acknowledge, like no one like loves or hates moss, so that's kind of why that's honestly one of the main things that like drove me to like moss. But anyway, we've also like members of the band, we've had a couple like wild experiences with moss, but other than that, it was just kind of, I just really like the plant itself.
Very cool. Well, awesome, man. Well, like, are you do you plant a lot yourself, around your humble abode, or do you into that a little bit?
You mean like I got plants?
Yeah, you got plants, man.
Yeah, I got tons of plants. Look, my plant game stepped up big when me and my girlfriend moved in together. Because she has a lot of plants as well. But I have a couple. I've got like a cane tree, if you know what that is. That was like one of my first plants, and then I just kind of helped take care of hers. I've got a couple more like to my name, I guess, too, but we share. It's all good.
I like it.
Yeah, but I live in a trailer, so it's like our kind of like goal is to just have like more plants. Sorry about that beeping.
Oh, good, bro.
My car is insane. I hope it's not too loud. I'm gonna stop driving soon. But anyway, yeah, love plants. Got a good plants. I live in a trailer, so our kind of main goal is to just have like more plants than seem okay in the trailer.
Gotcha. Well, good. So I want to get into the music here. Obviously, you guys. When did you guys first start? You guys seem like you've been around for a little bit. You've had a couple albums come out. So, for you, did you start it together with somebody else, or what's the story behind there?
Yeah, so I met my friend Addison, who plays guitar in the band. We were like 14, and we met our parents. Well, I actually bought a surfboard from him, and that was like our first interaction. And then we were just like, oh, you play music? Maybe we should just like play some music. We didn't really have, well, I at least didn't have friends, because this was like kind of like when I'd recently moved out to, I grew up on Oahu, so him and I grew up on the North Shore of Oahu. But anyway, we kind of heard each other, like we lived in the same neighborhood, and then just kind of like started jamming. And then a couple years later, after kind of just playing a couple like restaurants and house shows, we put out a couple songs. And then in like the end, in 2019, we started kind of officially playing with the other members of the band. Briarton, who is Addison's older brother, and Willie, who actually we also met in Hawaii. He went to BYUH out there on the North Shore. So we'd actually jammed with him out in Hawaii, but he'd never played drums with us like he does now. So like 2019 was officially like, okay, Willie on drums. We actually had like a lineup that we like played with consistently. So and that was in Utah. Yeah, that was in Utah. So yeah.
Gotcha. So have you been in Utah since 2019?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, cool. So it sounds like you and Addison have been friends for probably a minute here. So that's awesome to hear that it's like kind of come from just a surfboard sail to now, you know, a full on band with a solid lineup doing a big tour coming up here. So talk about that. I mean, like you guys are coming to our city in Atlanta on the 24th. I mean, what's that look like for you guys? You know, starting out, where you guys starting out, and you excited?
Yeah, so pumped. We're going out to South by Southwest, which is in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be out there for a few days playing some shows and like showcases and stuff. And then to be completely honest, I don't know off the top of my head the cities we're hitting, but I do know that we're ending it in Atlanta. So, but it's only about a week of shows, like 5 or 6 shows after South by Southwest. So nothing crazy, but it's kind of the best type, you know, just quick, and we get to go super hard every night and just have a good time. Really
I like it. That's good. Well, we're glad to be your finale city. You guys it's gonna be good to be here and see you guys in person. So, talk about, you know, you guys have just released an EP, Insomnia, I guess, you know, a few months ago. And so we always like to do a song spotlight on this. And although I want to talk about Insomnia in a minute, but I really gravitated towards Chaparral as the kind of the jam that really stuck out to me. Is, you know, varying levels of, you know, fast and slow with it. Really enjoyed that track. So, you know, we always like to understand your writing process. And so how did you know, start that song? You know, what's the process look like to get it to that finished product?
Yeah. I mean, well, let's go for Chaparral. I haven't talked much about this song. I think like this was a really fun song to make because, like the other songs on the EP, like most of the time I will write the song and then bring it to everyone, and then we kind of like recompose it and come up with new parts and stuff like that. But for Chaparral, it was like, let's write a song, and then it was, we were like, we really liked this time signature 7/4, which is what like kind of the weird feel is in the chorus of it, the dun 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 dun. So that is in like 7/4, which is just kind of like a funky time signature. And so originally I think we were gonna try and write a whole song in 7/4 to those chords. Okay, wait. And then we kind of just decided, I don't know, it kind of just came about that we like, you know, came up with the chords we liked. And geez, I'm so sorry about that beeping. I just need to like, I'm gonna be done driving in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so basically started writing it in a funky time signature that was fun for us. And then yeah, a lot of the songs on the EP, same with Insomnia and Blink, were songs we kind of just started writing all together, and then they just kind of came about really naturally, like with the band. Like something, you know, we've never like as a band tried to make a sound, like we never tried to sound a certain way or like go for like, oh, let's make like a, you know, a rock song that sounds like the Guns N' Roses. We kind of just like play until a song sort of formulates. And so that's kind of, I guess that's kind of like our writing process. And with Chaparella is just that, like we liked this certain time signature and then just kind of naturally came around. And then for the lyrics are kind of thematic for the whole EP, just about this sort of things I was learning about myself and just kind of codependency I was working through and I'm still kind of working through. But anyway.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that I love that 7/4 time signature. I think you mentioning that you lived in Hawaii for a certain amount of time, and like I got the island, I got an island vibe from everything you guys had put out. And so I think that kind of comes in and definitely comes in waves, definitely with that song too. So well, very cool. So a lot of co-writing, it sounds like, and a lot of, most of the time it was you, but now, those last couple songs you mentioned, Insomnia and Blink and Chaparral, everyone kind of co-wrote those together. So that's interesting. Give a good change up to what you guys were doing before. But so for somebody who hadn't seen you guys live, I like to understand and kind of get an idea from you, like, what do you want people leaving a show feeling whenever they come to a Moss show? They don't know what to expect. Maybe they're coming to a showcase. Maybe they're going to be at one of those South by Southwest. Like, what's the feeling you want to leave them with whenever they leave the doors?
Yeah, I think I just want people to have a good time. Like, I know like it's kind of just a cliche, simple thing to say, but like we do have like energetic concerts. We like people to dance. We like people to jump around. So it's not like, it's not like going to see the symphony or anything like that. But yeah, I think we want people to leave kind of like sweaty.
Yeah.
From just going hard. And we like our set that we play is all like pretty up tempo songs. Like we'll usually play like a couple slower ones. But like for the most part we want people just jumping and dancing and really just having a good time and like feeling like they're in a safe place to kind of just like act how they want to act. I think that's something I love about our concerts is I think like we attract people who like feel like they're allowed to be weird at our concerts. And I think that's another thing we like.
Awesome. What do you have some concerts that stick out to you that are like, man, like that was an awesome date that we played, or like what are some good stories you got for me on the concert side of things?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's hard. Like we on like we're lucky. We just got off a 2.5 week tour and it was just kind of West Coast stuff. But we feel super lucky to have the fans that we have that have been showing up to the shows because I think they just get it. Like they're weird and like they feel comfortable being weird, and like I'm weird, and so they're like, oh, this guy's weird too, and then it's just like a good environment. So it's honestly really hard like to pick a show because it just feels like the last show is my favorite most of the time, which is a good thing, good problem, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always good to be, having an awesome time. It's a grind. From what I've heard from our other artists we've interviewed, it's like it's a grind. I mean, like you're in a different city every night. You're driving through. You're packing stuff up. You're putting stuff out. I think that like being able to enjoy and bring that benefit to you, I think is huge. So I think I'm glad to hear that you guys have that awesome. You have the last show is always the best show and your favorite show.
Yeah.
You mentioned you guys have an up-tempo set list. Like, I don't want you to give anything away or anything, but you know, is it mostly your Insomnia EP that you guys will be playing, coming up on this upcoming, run of dates here? Or is it, we're gonna mix it up with some of the older stuff? And, for some people who may be, just getting into you guys, like what are some of those older songs that maybe people should check out that we can maybe expect in the tour, maybe ones that are just some of your favorites?
Yeah. We play a good like array of our songs. We try to get like play some of the older ones that people tend to like, and but we'll definitely be playing like the full new EP.
Mhm.
Um, and just we're a little bit selfish too when it comes to the songs we play. We kind of just play whatever we like we like to play.
Yeah.
Uh, so but yeah, it's definitely a good mix of everything, and I think one of the older ones that we like to play is well, we usually start the show with like uh a little piece of this song from our Kentucky Derby album, and I think a lot of people like don't really know like what song we're playing, which kind of makes it fun. But it's called 50 Shades of Hay, so maybe if they wanted to listen to that song, they could. Which is
50
the name
Shades.
of a horse. Yeah, 50 Shades of Hay is the name of a horse. So
Very cool. Very cool. Is that is every name of the songs on that album, are they all horses that were in the Kentucky Derby at one point?
it's every other, yeah. It's
Every other.
every other is named after a horse, yeah.
Wow. Very cool. What made you guys want to do that?
I don't know, just like horses. Like I grew up on a horse ranch. And then actually the origin was like Addison Addison like played a noise that sounded like a horse running. And so and it really just stemmed from that, and then we named that song Seabiscuit, which is a horse name, and then yeah, it really just kind of stemmed from there that we just started. There's really no good reason. It's kind of silly, but I think that's uh music is just about having fun, so just do what you
Yeah,
like to do.
I agree with that, man. I mean, I was like, you never know why, why things are named the way they are. So we always like to ask, like, so I'm just curious. I'm like, man, like the Kentucky Derby. Maybe these guys have been to Kentucky. They love the Derby, or maybe they're just
Yeah,
into
I
horses
don't
and
know.
like it. They love it. Well,
Yeah,
cool,
no,
man.
I like honestly like the Derby itself, like Kentucky Derbies are a little bit sad just the way horses are treated in my opinion. But like
Mhm.
but I just love horses and I just, I like the vibe, so whatever.
Love it. Very cool, man. Well, I was watching some of y'all's YouTube videos, and some of your music videos, and so like, looked like with Insomnia, you guys did a music video for that one. It seemed like you guys were like going through like different seasons and had like different elements. Talk to me about filming that video and what inspired that.
Yeah, I think like a lot of the ideas kind of came from the director we had to like put it together. But I think like what he was kind of going for was just this sort of like the our original concept like that we had like kind of brainstormed was like we wanted to sort of display like, oh, is this real or is like this not real? And so it kind of went into like the different lands and like the dreaming, and then it was like, oh, is like this hospital scene real or is he like in the snow? So I think that's kind of what we're going for, but
Gotcha. And then I
yeah, it was a
saw
good time.
there's one that's like an animated one too. So did you guys do that one too, or is that something that y'all had just a friend of y'all's did, or what did that look like? It was like a heart guy. Open,
Yeah, that was a concept that I just sort of like thought would be fun. And then our managers luckily knew like this um animator, this artist that was willing to do it for us, and he just did a really good job. I really love that graphic and how it's just kind of a loop. um but I'm trying to remember what his name was. I'm looking at our stuff right now, just so I can give him a shout out because I really think he did a great job.
yeah.
What was his name again?
Well,
Hmm, I
we'll
can't find it, but
we'll transition over here. So to some Pete Peterson party pack of questions. Kind of
cool.
round this out. And like I think obviously you guys have a lot of stuff coming up. Any new music on the horizon, or is we're doing the touring and then going back, or like what's that? What's the kind of the plan for the rest of the 23 here?
Yeah, we're kind of just like touring as much as we can. Like we've gotten a couple like fun offers and like for like festivals that we're really excited to play. I don't think I'm allowed to say about that anyway. But I'm like, yeah, just like really just excited to play more shows and go to new places. Like I think there's a chance we might get out to like the United Kingdom this year and play a show, which would be really exciting. And yeah, we're working on some music right now, into getting into the studio with our friend Joshua, who is helping produce our songs, and just kind of like demoing out and figuring out what we want the new songs to sound like. Um, but yeah, so yeah, just playing more shows and making music, kind of the typical,
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah.
What's one place, as you come up, like I guess whether it's on this next tour or not, but what's one place you want to go that you'd be stoked to get out to and play a show at?
Dude, honestly, Atlanta. I'm honestly so stoked to go to Atlanta. I've been to Georgia once, and it was just for like a few hours. I like drove there and we like shopped at this place. There's like a store there that's like they send all of like the Urban Outfitters clothes that like aren't perfect there. And so I'm like we like went and shopped there. Anyway, that was random. But I'm so stoked to come back to Georgia. It's just so pretty and kind of always wanted to hang out there for a while. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, sounds good, man. We'll definitely have to get a beer maybe before the show or something on the 24th
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
March at the Masquerade. It's going to be an awesome venue. It's a very unique venue. It's like a three different stages, so it's kind of like. Have you ever been there before? If you do know.
No, no, I haven't.
Okay, so it's three different stages. So like there will be different shows playing at the same time, but everyone comes outside during like kind of like the breaks between. It's just a great melting pot of musical, people. You could have like a like kind of like a teen dance show going on in one place and a heavy metal show going on in another place. And it's
Yeah,
just a
dang,
it's just a
that's sick.
cool melting. So you'll see that when you get here for the masquerade. So, all right, we're gonna run through
Sick. I'm
Pete.
stoked to see that.
Yeah, you're gonna run through Pete Peterson's party pack of questions here. So it's gonna be 20 questions right in a row. There's this or that, so you should be able to get them pretty quickly.
Cool.
But here we go. Pete Peterson's party pack questions. Ready, set, cake or pie,
Cake,
salad or soup,
salad,
sunrises or sunsets,
mm. Sunrise,
sunrise. I like it. Would you rather hit a home run or score a winning touchdown?
home run.
I like it. You ever have a night in or a night out? What are you doing more of nowadays?
I'm doing more of night ins. I like there's I don't have very many friends. I have a few very close friends. So if they're busy, I just stay in.
I like it. I like it. Keep the circle tight. When you do go out though, if you
Yeah.
guys have a house, if you guys have a house party or something, and your jam comes on, are you more likely to do the robot or the worm?
The worm for sure, though. I always hit the worm.
I like it. All right, I'm expecting the
I
worm
love the
on.
worm.
I'm expecting the worm in on March 24th then in Atlanta. That'll be
Okay,
awesome.
I'll make sure not to wear a belt because belts hurt when you do the worm.
When you go to when you go to a Mexican restaurant, are you getting guac or queso?
Oh, queso. I love queso.
All right, let's go. Waffles or pancakes?
There's I know this is this or that, but there's just too many variations of pancakes. Like, are we talking about standard?
I always keep it ambiguous because there's a question later. I gotta keep it ambiguous. So
Okay, let's do pancakes then.
okay, all right. He's a flapjack guy. I like it. All right, coffee or tea with your flapjacks?
I'm kind of like 50s on that, honestly. I love coffee and I love tea. Either one.
He's torn. I like it. All right,
I'm torn.
dogs or cats?
Dogs. Dogs.
Are you more
And
like a
I'm allergic to
ninja?
cats.
Oh, there you go. Are you more like a ninja or a pirate?
Pirate.
Okay. Gatorade or Powerade?
Uh, I think I'm gonna say Powerade just because like Gatorade is kind of unpredictable.
It's true. The flavors are not as consistent.
You don't know what you're
Toast or
getting
bagel?
anymore.
Yeah, it's tough.
Toast or bagel?
Yeah, toast or bagel.
Toast. Sourdough.
I like it. Chips or pretzels?
Soft pretzels. Pretzels.
Pretzels. I like it. All right. Fries or tots?
Fries. Too much salt in tots.
When you sit down at home, are you watching a TV show or a movie?
TV show. I think TV shows are like how the entertainment is supposed to be.
More digestible. Are aliens real?
Yes. We're the aliens.
Is Bigfoot real?
I think Bigfoot is one of those things that's real. It's just yes or no. But it's a Bigfoot is one of those things that like I think is real, but not quite in the way we think.
Okay. Is love at first sight real?
Yeah, I think there's definitely something to that.
I like it. All right. And this is the last question of Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. Give us two bands that we ought to check out that we might not know, that you know, that we need to know.
Yeah. Let's see. I think one of the most underrated bands is a band called Truces from the UK. It's TTRRUCCEESS. I think it's all doubles. Uh, and their music is just insane. So good. And I've never seen them live, but that's because they live in a different country. And I think another band similar is like very underrated in my opinion. Like music is like mind-boggling. Is Peter Cat Recording Co. Um, you know Peter Cat?
So my buddy who's really into music, and he's like, dude, trust me, just come to the show with me. And he sent me the link, and I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. So because he turned me on to Gorilla Toss and a bunch of other bands, and I was like, all right. So I'm going to Peter Cat Recording Company on a Wednesday sometime in April, I think. So I'm very excited. I've heard a lot of, and the endorsements just keep growing. So that excites me.
Yeah,
But
that's exciting, dude. Yeah, I'm trying so hard to get out to one of their shows, but my schedule is just like bonkers right now. But I'm trying so hard. But yeah, those are my two bands. I love both those bands. I think they're so good.
I love it. I love it. You were decisive and quick. Peter Cat Recording Company and Truces, all double letters. We will check them out. But
Intrusive.
yeah, the
Yeah.
moss here it's evergreen and it grows through anything. The man Tyke James, you've joined us for Indiebnb. We appreciate you taking the time. Anything else we need to know? I know we got the date coming up here in Atlanta on March 24th. They're at South by Southwest. Check them out there. We got tons and tons of music coming out possibly this year. They're working on some stuff, and they're going to go to the UK. I mean, it's a great
I
time to
hope
be
so.
in the moss.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. It was great chatting with you, and Yeah, I think one last thing I'll say is our bass player. So we recently got a new bass player. His name's Caden, but he's a really good videographer, and he made our most recent video Blink. And he makes like kind of like um travel documentaries of like our tours and just kind of like random videos and stuff like that he put up. He'll put like clips of them on our Instagram, but then on our YouTube he'll put up like some really nice videos. So I would say go check this.
Love it. All right, go check out the touring videos from Caden, the bass player. He's gonna get it rolling for him, and you can get the updates from there. Travel
Yeah,
through their
absolutely.
social medias, travel through to get there to their Spotify. So we're excited to have you. I've been on here, so we'll wrap it up here. Appreciate you taking the time, brother. You have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thanks so much.
You got it.
Yep. See you in Atlanta.
Yeah, buddy.